Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Venkataraman, is that the correct pronunciation?
Sir, Venkataraman, yes, sir.
Venkataraman, okay. I've always supported the Foreign Commercial Service and its mission. In my other role as chair of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, I see this as an incredible, important part of our advocacy abroad. I think the office's work is critical to U.S. exporters who struggle to navigate complex foreign markets and need advocates on the ground to help them succeed. Other countries do this in a much more significant and I think effective way. So I was disheartened to see the last administration propose to slash the Foreign Commercial Service's funding. So can you commit to me that if you're confirmed, you'll work to strengthen the office and ensure the staff has adequate resources to support U.S. exporters in terms of your advocacy internally?
Thank you, Senator Menendez, and thank you for your longstanding support of the Commercial Service. And indeed, I can commit to you that I will work tirelessly to ensure that the Commercial Service is adequately funded to meet its growing demand.
Mm-hmm. Now, building stronger economic ties with our neighbors in Latin America has always been a priority of mine. This is our own hemisphere, our own front yard, a tremendous opportunity. And it's more than economics, it's also creating stability and close relationships that inure to our national interests and security. The region presents a tremendous opportunity for the U.S. to develop export markets, to form partnerships to boost our nation's competitiveness and to compete in the global economy with China. China's all over the Western Hemisphere. If confirmed, what specific steps will you take to prioritize strengthening our relationships with partners in Latin America?
Thank you, Senator. And indeed, Latin America and South America are critical areas for us. As you point out, they are, in fact, our neighbors. They should be the first areas of go-to for many of our exporters. I would work very closely with the State Department and particularly with other agencies like the Exim Bank to ensure that we're able to avail ourselves of the opportunities presented in those markets. I would also work with our foreign government counterparts to ensure that they maintain transparent procurement practices and that they impose the right conditions in those marketplaces to facilitate the kind of two-way trade and investment that strengthens our connections with these countries and contributes to their long-term growth and development.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Mr. Smith, it's almost 4 years since Puerto Rico suffered twin disasters of catastrophic proportions, Hurricane Maria and the Trump administration's derision of the people of Puerto Rico after they suffered a natural disaster. Throwing out paper towels is not my idea of how you help American citizens. Puerto Ricans are American citizens of the United States. 3.5 million of them who happen to call the island their home are citizens of the United States. According to a HUD Inspector General report, the Trump administration successfully delayed and stonewalled Puerto Rico's disaster funding by setting unprecedented procedural hurdles. I'd like to ensure no future administration can so cruelly deny American citizens the disaster relief they need and that Congress provided them. So the HUD IG laid out several legal concerns HUD had with OMB's requirements for Puerto Rico's disaster funds. Some of these concerns include, but are not limited to, 10th Amendment issues and concerns over possible violations of the Impoundment Control Act. Furthermore, the former Deputy Secretary Montgomery of HUD stated that he was not sure that the OMB requirements were, quote, even legal. So, Mr. Smith, what role does the General Counsel play when HUD receives a request from OMB that HUD feels is legally questionable?
Thank you for that question, Senator. As I think that report pointed out, certainly the Office of General Counsel played a role and does play a role in helping the administration and helping the leadership at HUD respond to those types of requests and to push back where necessary to make sure that HUD's voice is being heard and that our requirements are being met. Certainly, I know that that report also suggested that the HUD consider rulemaking that would help in making sure that that understanding of what's being done is in accord with HUD's requirements. And so certainly something that I would look forward to having discussions with the Secretary and the head of our Office of Community Planning and Development about going forward.
Well, I hope as general counsel, I mean, the HUD IG report focuses on the interaction between OMB and HUD and how OMB imposed new burdensome requirements for releasing disaster aid to Puerto Rico. As general counsel, I hope you would work to standardize the process for releasing funds to ensure that a future administration with a vendetta against certain citizens cannot successfully delay critical aid. Can I get your commitment to look at that if you're confirmed?
Certainly, Senator, that is something that I can confirm I will look at as general counsel.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.